can't see me. Let's go.
What up, everybody? You Can't See Me here today, back again, saying Alpha 8 stable has dropped. Yes. Empyrion Galactic Survival has released their latest alpha update. We have been in experimental for a couple weeks now, and experimental allowed us to basically play in an environment that was very bug filled, but we were there to help squash the bugs. So Alpha 8 has dropped. All the engaged, experienced veterans and all of us who've been waiting like kids at Christmas, yo, we are happy today. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna look through the notes. A lot of this is just comprised of the segmented alpha experimental phases. We're gonna kind of look at it all together. I just like to go over the highlights, all right, the main, most notable things. So let me say this before we get started. I have an Empyrion contest going on right now. I'll be giving away 3 keys, and actually I'll be giving away 5 keys now. Shout out to Empyrion Game Studios for contributing 2 more keys. I was gonna do 3 out of my pocket. I sent a request to them because I was actually gonna just do the 3, see if they wanted to partner up, and they reached back out. I got the email last night, and they're also gonna contribute 2 keys. So it says 3, but I'm going to give away 5. So please, if you already have the game, share the video. It'll be in the link. I have a link to the video that gives you the instructions for entry. All right, so share that if you already have it. If you don't have it and you've been interested, you've been following, check out the contest, enter. You can win one of 5 keys. All right, and if it's a bot or something that wins, I'm still gonna give it out in the winner video. You can get in the comments and still win. All right, so spread that out. I'm doing that for y'all because of everyone who supports and comes through and shows love and help us build this great Empyrion community. Okay, with that being said, let's get into the updates. Alpha 8 is out now. Yes. So as we know, one of the first things that they did was increase the size of the planets. Very large. They increased the size 64 times larger. So it was 32 kilometers squared in Alpha 7, and now it's 2,048 kilometers squared. That's crazy. That is humongous. All right. They also upped the solar system generator and added more complexity to what you can do. The way the planets, how many planets, what's on the planets, the biomes of the planets, the temperature, the humidity, the amount of deposits, all are at your control now. Okay, they reworked AI quite a bit. They did so much. So let's look at some of the main features. Larger planets and improved playfield tech. What that caused when they did initially implement it was that we were riding around the planet forever trying to just find resources, and sometimes it could be aimless, you're riding forever. So they implemented a radar. I could really tell when I went to orbit how much bigger the planets were. I was like, whoa, this planet is huge when I turned back and look at it. They tilted the axis so the day-night ratio was affected as well. But let's keep moving. They removed the red and green wall. Getting rid of the walls made a humongous difference. Okay, so the random generator of the solar system. They got a 3D sector map that they added. Each time you start a new game, it's a whole new solar system. It'll have different amounts of planets. The resources will be distributed differently. The POIs will be distributed differently. Procedural terrain is back. No fixed height maps anymore. More realistic biomes. Distribution is based on their humidity and the temperature. You can check all this out. The fog of war. They added the fog of war, which is basically you can't see the map until you see the map. The map you crash and land on, you don't see any of it. The maps that or planets that you enter from space, it'll be a more transparent fog of war, so you can actually see most of the way the bodies look. Underground layers and voxel mining. This is one of the cooler elements too, because you got 7 different consecutive layers to your planetary playfield. So as you dig, it might look like rock, then it'll look like dirt or sand, then it'll look like another type of rock, then it may look like the mineral that's below. It gets very diverse. And also you have the voxel mining, but they do have the popcorn. The popcorn is like those spears, so you have those popcorn rocks that pop. Or it can be voxel based. That's really cool. They got new decoration placement and rendering system. You see the diverse, I mean, it looks so real, but everything is spread out in a very realistic way that's pleasing. They developed their own solar system generator, and it's distributed with the game with Steam. So this is actually like its own game, and you can build your own planetary system. Now I need to do this. I may need to do this. I actually had someone comment, okay, so in addition, you can preview the generated terrain, but also the POI distribution and the NPC spawn points. You can look at all of this. You can select all of this. You can control all of these elements, man, and that is crazy. Okay, so they added more realistic behavior of the ground AI, their vision, their noise system, their alert levels, their fear sensors. So they react differently when you get closer when they think you're around. You'll see that in the behavior of the animal or whatever it is. You'll see the behavior of the living organism. They also adjusted the behavior of the patrols. Now, first of all, they added patrols, but then they improved the behavior of the patrols. So they got a calm state, an alerted state. They got hit reactions. Now I want to see if they changed or adjusted the death animations or the death poses, because they look the exact same when they die. They improved the AI drones, the bomber drone. You're allowed to have drones without having a drone base on the planet, and a planet vessel without a vessel base. So I guess they still will be there. They'll have their presence there, but you don't need that base to produce them. I think that's cool, because you always got to have that threat. Improved flying behavior of planet vessels. Okay, it behaves more like a large heavy ship. Improved the flying behavior of the space and planetary drones. Waves are triggered now only if your player is 50 meters around his base. So you got to be near your base for the drone attacks to ensue. Drone wave patrol radius around the base is increased from 200 meters to 600 meters. Okay, so not sure how that works, but I'll be on the lookout to see if I noticed that. But between the drones and the spiders, there are definitely more threats now. They added the new suit and survival mechanic. We're a little acclimated with that. But basically, your new suit, you start with no suit. You have to build the light armor. So of course, temperatures become more of an issue if you're on higher altitudes, lower altitudes, colder planets, warmer planets. You'll need like the heater and the cooler, mobile cooler that they added to stay warm and cold as necessary. They added this tent so you can sleep through the night, so you don't have to worry about predators. You don't have to worry about the temperature drop. Survival tool. You can sleep in the escape pod and in bed. So they added a lot of these different things. That's really cool. They added the effect status. They changed it up so that if you get like a basic status effect, like indigestion, it can lead to a worse state. Food poisoning, or dermal parasite, or endoparasite, or alien parasite. Your open wound becomes an infected wound. Radiation burn becomes radiation poisoning, and then radiation sickness, and it will of course lead to your death a lot quicker. They also changed the food system and the food drop system. I actually see a lot more food out in the wild. Like, it's way more out there, but it is still more necessary to find, but you're actually capable of finding more, which I think is great. So I think it worked. We weren't sure how that was going to work when they first announced it, but I like it. So far, it has been a good change. It's not like OP'd or anything. And there is a necessity for how you utilize it. So yeah. Okay, you can restore your ships. They added the repair to template. Another great thing, because you used to have to just sit on this and wait on your vessel to repair with turning it off and things of that nature. Now there is the block, there's the console. Depending on the level of the console, it's whether it's the T1, you can only repair the blocks. T2 repairs the blocks and the template. And so you save your ship in a templated state, and then you go to the machine and say restore it exactly back. That way you know if a block got blown off, if a item got blown off, if a weapon got blown off, it'll restore it back to the way you created it. Oh, and they added controller support. I've actually been using the controller support, and it works well with flying. I think the HV gets the best use. The SV and the CV are good too, but aiming is still a little iffy, and you got to get your sensitivity right for what works best for you. But yeah, we definitely got to restart. You definitely got to restart. All right, so go on and get ready to restart. Okay, they have more features. They did the detector, the radar, different variants of that. The one for your vessel is 2,500 meters. The one for your suit is 1,000. And then the radar also has the outer ring shows the direction, the inner ring shows how many POIs or resources are in that area. They added more to the creating and building tools. They added the possibility to lock a texture, color, and use the end menu. Now, I didn't even see this yet. I got to use that. But yeah, you can actually lock things in. We're gonna have to play with that. That's a good feature. They added the possibility to replace textures with colors. Okay, with a click. Yes, gotta figure that out too. But yeah, because sometimes if you needed to do a color, it would remove your texture and vice versa. So, or you could texture, you can color textures, but you couldn't texture colors. So I'm glad they added that. They updated an anti-grief zone system. Now you have to look through this. I haven't played as much MP. So if you're familiar with MP, all of this will be relevant. I hope to play more MP one day and this will make more sense. They added floating and underwater POIs to the planet. Added the possibility of having floating bases, and you see these underwater POIs. They added Xerax patrols. They're around important POIs and resources. So when you do see those enemy areas, you're gonna see these guys in the vicinity. So you definitely gotta watch out, because you'll be looking for the POIs, and next thing you know, you got a mech or a Xerax firing on your vessel. But it's dope though. It's dope to see them out there, and I love it. And then they have great resources, the mechs. They added several new moon types. They updated planets and playfields. So you got a lava moon, you got an ice moon, the desert moon. Great additions. They increased the speed of the small vessel 40 to 50. New planet names. Okay, signaling and sensors. If you're great with the signal and signal logic, they've done more with that. They updated the models and the consistencies of texturing of old models. So they updated all of the 3D models, unified coloring and metallic workflow. And here's some of the screenshots of the new thrusters. Now these are dope looking. Like, they did a great job with the look. I know it may have thrown off some people's designs, but yo, these look extra legit. For real, for real. Great designs. They did a great job with this, man, and they continue improving. They added heavy windows. Look at that double pane. That's more protection on your vessels or your base. Okay, more features part 2. The constructors, I mentioned earlier, the food processors. Oh, well, I mentioned the tent earlier. The constructors and food processors, now they don't stop crafting when you go to sleep or when you get far away. These things used to stop and just kind of be in this freeze mode. Your plants wouldn't grow. Your constructor wouldn't continue constructing. That is no longer. If you go to sleep and you wake up, your stuff will have continued. They added camera shake to weapons and turrets. That's cool. Renamed the old survival constructor portable constructor. Okay. A lot of these are just, you know, the little small things. Added mushroom, bell, cobra leaves, player growable plants, things of that nature. So you can go through all these. I just look at the headline of the main status, NPC status effects and loot updates. They did more balancing, template changes, separated templates of the SV and HV mobile constructors. POI update. They added a radar station POI. They added planetary patrol crafts, which you can see. Look at all these different vessels that have been implemented into the game. Nice. See new large power station, etc., etc. Yeah, more POIs. More POIs. They added new stock prefabs. So I think these are a lot of great designs for some of the new prefabs that you can just enter if you are not a builder, but you want to, you know, enjoy having a really cool base, really cool vessels. They added more stock POIs and prefabs. And then more features in part 3 we'll skim through, but just visuals and sound. Stars are now visuals. Stars are now visible in the daytime and with low atmospheric densities like the moon. They added the possibility to have dirt around your POIs. That's kind of cool. I think that was something they had before. They had to remove and bring back. PDA update. So they updated a lot of PDA missions like the Robinson Protocol, and they added an Empyrionpedia. They updated some of the technical stuff with the PDAs. They added a lot to that, so definitely look through it. New config and setting change. So things with the YAML, if you know about the actual backend with the coding and things of that nature, this would apply to you. It's a lot more changes in here, and you definitely can look through this on your own time. And then a load of bug fixes with Squad. Look at these bug fixes, man. Tons of bugs, fixes. Everybody's very happy in the comments. So yes, so that's it. You can look through the rest of this, like I said, at your leisure. Check out their forum. I'll leave a link in the description, and also check out the contest. Make sure you enter, and definitely come back through and check on the channel. We have much more on the way, and leave any comments that you have. What do you think about the updates? What do you think about Alpha 8? Definitely hit me in the comments. Let me know what you think. Come back, check out the video. Love the input. Love the community that we have around EGS, and I am very, very happy Stable has dropped. So I'll be getting into that soon. Look for a new video. All right, you can't see me. Empyrion Galactic Survival Alpha 8 is out now, so let's get to it. Thank you for stopping through, and you know what you must do. Make your next move your best move. All right, peace.
You can't see me. Let's go.
It's game time and I bang mine, yo.